night at the foot of the Rockies. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Second down, here's Barkley again. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. In motion left goes Sutton. Duggan looking to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions. Start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 1st and 10, it's Levis. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
Duggan now to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Do this. Come on, baby. Get it together.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Duggan will look to throw this. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same. but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Vikings.
Levis now on 1st and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Here's Levis. Completes this to Addison out left. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st. Just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Broncos nothing.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Andrew Booth picks it off.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Broncos nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Duggan. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Quinn Miners, third-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing, Duggan. Steps away. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. $21-0, our score after 1. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Levis sets up to throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Levis on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Vikings 1st down.
1st and 10. Here's Levis. Rolling to his right. His throw incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
2nd and 10. Levis throwing again on 2nd down. He'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Levis to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Joseph's got it. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It was Daniil Hunter to make the play in the backfield. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Duggan. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Duggan to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Nwangu. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Baron Browning, the one who brought him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd down, here's Levis. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get 1 look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to...
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Mekhi Blackman's got it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Another run now for Nwangu. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Joseph is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that. And my goodness, another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, 41 yards. And the Vikings continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On the give is Nwangu. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Broncos nothing.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First play's a run with Nwangu. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Drew Sanders. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Levis out of the shotgun now. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Dugan. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Escapes the defender. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40. Those INTs all sting, but you... Zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Nwangu. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
79 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
1st down, Minnesota.
Here's Nwangu. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1.
On the toss, here's Nwangu.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
Down the sideline he goes.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. Defensively, you give up the big chunk play there on the ground. Now they really have to bow up.
They certainly do, but I know how offensive linemen think. They don't care that the defense is going to bow up. They want to dominate them. They want to get into the end zone first and have the running back follow them. That's how they want to cap off this drive.
That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now.
Now it's Nwangu.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. On the run is Nwangu.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Here we go, 4th down, Levis. This is caught. And he is going to be out of bounds well short of the pylon, and that will be a turnover on downs. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. To throw from his end zone, Dugan. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Denver. 57 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And they'll accept that penalty. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Come on, guys, dig deep.
Here we go. Hey.
Back to throw. Dugan. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's second down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Dugan. And his throw here is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Barkley will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's Knight on the handoff.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dugan. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dugan.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Still going.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Lutz with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into cover.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Duggan looking to throw.
And pressure coming, and they got it once again.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.